Self-love is defined as a regard for one's own well-being and happiness. So why is it so important, and how did it transform my life? That's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm very casual today in my tracksuit bottoms and jumper with my Be You, Do You, For You mug. But it just feels like it's a really cozy conversation to share with you. So I thought I'd stay all wrapped up and cozy and keep it all cash. So yeah, the importance of self-love, and specifically for those of you that shy away from looking after yourself, and to understand that it really is a basic human necessity, especially for those of you that are looking to attract a kinder, more loving life, to have a life that you truly desire to. So before I go into that, those of you that are new to my channel, I'm Natalie, and this channel is all about transforming the lives to have a loving, kinder way of living through mindset shifts, mindset changes. And that could be about anything in your life, whether it's related to body, whether you've got a bad relationship to your body, food, an unhealthy relationship, unhealthy friends in your life, a career that you no longer like, you're lacking in money, whatever it is that you're looking to transform. This site is dedicated to helping you transform the life, because we all deserve to have a life that we truly love and a life that we desire. So if you do like this video and like this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon, where I will notify you of when I am posting my videos, which are every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So what did I learn about the importance of self-love? Why is it so important? So what I realized was that if you don't love yourself, if you don't accept yourself, if you don't value who you are, how can you expect that to come back to you in your life the way you want it? What we think about, what we believe, what we feel, we will attract back. So if you're not valuing yourself, if you're not loving yourself, if you're not being kind to yourself, if you're not accepting yourself unconditionally, you will attract the opposite. You will attract that back. So fundamentally, that's the reasons. That's what I discovered through a process over the years, really, of learning to love and accept myself. It wasn't an overnight success. I didn't just wake up one day and go, ta-da, I've done it, I've made it. This is what it feels like. I didn't realize it took lots of time for me, because, and it doesn't mean it's going to take a lot of time for everybody to understand this, to learn to love, accept and value themselves. It just, for me, with my experiences that I'd been through, it took a long time for my mind and everything to kind of catch up to what I wanted. So yeah, my life, if you've seen any of my previous videos, my life, can I have a sip of coffee? My life used to be a massive chaotic mess. Oh my God, I was literally rushing from this to this to this to this to this to this to this. I never stopped. I was exhausted. I was absolutely exhausted. My body was battered. My mind was battered. I had a bad language about myself. It was so negative. I didn't understand the difference of having a negative to a positive. I didn't get it then. I had, it was just, lack, full of lack, unkindness for myself, rushing, never taking care of me, never, ever really taking care of me. My main focus was not me. It was literally purely survival. So yeah, that's what my life was like. So how did I change it around? Well, if any of you have seen my previous videos, you'll realize that it was through a process of doing the work. But along with doing the work, you're actually showing up, which I didn't realize. Actually, I messaged my coach, Joe, yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, I've just realized another thing. So there was a couple of things in my life that weren't quite 100%. And, just getting that awareness, having that awareness of knowing that something wasn't right, knowing that I had the choice to change and to do things differently. And, I choose who's in my life. I choose how I show up. But all of that, the understanding of what's happening in my life, I didn't get it. Now I do. And I can see clearly when things are working, when they're not working, and I never fight for things anymore. I might give a bit, but I will let go fairly quickly. Whereas before I would literally be holding on, hoping, just let it all go and just let it go. And life is so much easier and kinder. So through doing the work, through the years of coaching that I've had, through the resources, through all the work, you know, what I didn't realize was, and that little example of just being aware of when something's happening in your life that you don't quite like, is that an awareness that you don't have to kind of emotionally react to it. You can, you know, take time to think about things, because you're being kinder to yourself now. Emotionally reacting is just going to make you feel worse. You know, you can't necessarily control other people, and they can't control your reaction. But, you know, why give them the power to take your power from you, you know, rather than being kinder to yourself and process and think, and not acting immediately either. That's really important as well. Again, that's self-love. All of this is abundance of self-love. So through the years, I was able to start to love it myself. I didn't know this was going to happen. I had no idea any of this was going to happen, but I'm so glad it did. So through more mindset changes, I was able to start the process of putting me first and loving me and accepting me and showing self-love to me, which, like I said, is something I never did. I literally never did. So my tips, or the things that stand out for me the most in how I was able to show up with self-love for myself, which fundamentally started to and continues to transform my life to just bring more love and kindness and support and positivity and abundance in so many different ways in my life. It's just incredible. So there's 5 that I'm going to share with you. The first one is stop comparing yourself to other people. And even though I used to think that I wasn't comparing myself to other people, I was, not in a jealous way, but I was comparing. And and it was literally, why have they got that? Why have they got that? Why don't I? Why don't I? You know, it's stop comparing yourself. You know, we all create our own lives through our minds, through our thoughts, through our beliefs. And, you know, I'd created a particular way of living through my beliefs. And unfortunately, they were a paradigm, habitual pattern that I'd grown up with. So I didn't know that that's why I was doing it, but it was just natural for me to be that way then. So stop comparing yourself, whether it's to do with finances, careers, whatever it is, and especially about your body. You know, our bodies are constantly changing. It's incredible how, we either look or don't look after ourselves, what we view ourselves to be. When we look in the mirror, are we saying nice things about our body, or are we absolutely dismissing it and trying to hide away from it? I had an extremely bad relationship with my body because I had a bad relationship with myself. There was nothing really about myself, maybe my hair sometimes. There's nothing really about myself that I particularly liked then. And my body was a major part of that. I never got it specifically diagnosed, but it was definitely a body dysmorphia of looking in the mirror and seeing somebody 20 million times bigger than what I was. Or if I'd eaten something that my mind was telling me that I shouldn't eat, the next day I would pay for it with how I looked, how I felt. Automatically my clothes wouldn't fit. It was, the whole mind. I was literally being controlled by my negative mindset. So I never saw my body exactly how it was. And through kind of the coaching, through bringing in yoga, through letting go of that desperate attachment of needs to exercise, to feel good, through kinder way of living with my body, through, like I said, letting go of all the punishments, I was able to start to see my body for what it was. And you know, the more I let go of the need to have my body a particular way, the more my body showed up in the way that I wanted it to be and had always wanted it to be. And it's like my eyes kind of, the fog had been lifted from my eyes. And, you know, now when I look in the mirror, I am like, you are stunning, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're worthy, you know, look at your body, it's gorgeous, you know, all the exercise that you've done in the past, you know, and now you're being so kind to yourself, you know, you're so worthy of this body, you know, you're so worthy of taking care of this body and putting lovely nutritional foods in this body and exercising how you want, when you want, you know. It's being able to do that for me, from somebody that could barely look in the mirror without criticizing. I would look in the mirror a lot, and it could have been determined that I was vain, and I wasn't. I was just, I needed to know that I needed to just keep seeing my body, because I guess I was so disgusted with it then. So yeah, number one, don't compare yourself. Don't compare your body to others. We've all been through different things with our bodies, you know, whether that's having kids, whether that's being obese and losing weight, so you might have extra skin, whatever it is. Look at your body and love it for being there for you, for supporting you, whatever it's had to go through. And yeah, I guess a lesson in there as well is, you know, when you let go of the need for your body to be a particular way, it naturally starts to be the way that you want it to be. It really is true. When you let go, that art of letting go, it's yeah, a little miracle cure if you can conquer that. So that's number one. Number two. So number one is stop comparing yourself. Number two is self-talk. Your self-talk. Having a positive language is extremely, extremely important. I cannot emphasize this enough. How you talk about yourself is what you're going to attract back. So if you're looking in the mirror and you're putting your body down, or if you're, you know, if you're showing up with your friends and, you know, they're saying things to you that, you know, you don't particularly like, and you're kind of soaking that up in your mind like a sponge, and then you're reiterating that back to you, things are just going to spiral and spiral out of control, you know. So showing up with love, not just with the way you look, but with the way you speak about yourself, is extremely important, you know, because again, like what I said in the beginning, what you think about, you attract. And if you're thinking negatively about yourself, you're going to get that back. I will guarantee it. That is, you know, that is law, and that's the evidence that I've had. So the more you can start to learn to talk positively about yourself, the more positive things you're going to attract in your life. You know, we all love, let's not beat around the bush here, we all love being told that we're lovely, that we're amazing, that we're intelligent, that we're beautiful, that we're, you know, we all love hearing that. Who doesn't love a compliment? Compliments are wonderful things, and I'm an advocate of giving people compliments. I love it. I think it's really important, you know. But if you're allowing that to come to you from certain people, but you're not saying that about yourself, what is that? You know, why? If you love hearing that in your own voice, in your own head. So being the person that says, you know, I can't, it's impossible, I'm unlucky, I never win, nothing ever works out for me, it will never happen to me. Turn all of that around. Write that list down of all these negatives that you have about yourself, and put the opposite, put the positive next to it, and scribble out the negatives and just focus on the positives. You know, change that list every day. Add that as part of a daily ritual. That's what I do every day. I will write down exactly what I think of me, and I always put it in a positive affirmation. Even if I'm not feeling 100% positive, it lifts me up as soon as I've done it. You know, I'm amazing, I'm beautiful, I'm incredible, I'm inspirational, I'm passionate, I'm loving, I'm compassionate, I'm kind, I'm considerate, I'm only surrounded by beautiful, lovely people, you know, beautiful, kind-hearted, lovely people. I'm only surrounded by supportive people. You know, whatever it is, you know, that's how you need to learn to speak about yourself. It's like I said, it's extremely important. And why allow that negative mindset to rule your life? Why don't you take charge of your life and take charge of how that mindset is working? And the more you put the positive words into your mind, the less those negatives will show up, and you'll learn, like I did, to stop it in its tracks. And I still have to do that every day. Stop it in its tracks. That's what I have to do. It might be a little thought that comes in, and I'll be like, no, I intend that, or I am this. I do completely do the opposite. And it's proof that the more positively that you speak about yourself, the less that negative voice will be there. So you actually stop realizing that you're actually speaking positively about yourself, because that will become your new norm, the new natural. So we've got stop comparing yourself to others and positive self-talk. Number 3, hang around with inspirational, positive people. People that make you feel good. Oh, I love this. Honestly, this is incredible. The more aware that I get, the more inspired I am to let go of people that will literally drain me, like suck my positive energy from me. No, I'm not saying that you have to do that. What I'm saying is surround yourself by positive, inspirational people, because these are the ones that are going to bring you the joy. These are the ones that are going to bring you fulfillment. These are the ones that are going to show up in a way that you want people to show up. These are the ones you want to spend more time with. These are the ones you want to make that extra effort with. These positive, inspirational, supportive, loving people that you've attracted in your life. These are the ones that you want to hang around. Now, I'm not saying that you don't just let people go. It's not just someone says something negative and you walk away from it. It's an over time thing, an awareness thing. Do these people serve me? Do these people bring me joy and happiness? No. That doesn't mean that if you've got a friend that's going through a bit of a crisis and needs some support and he's being negative, it doesn't mean that you walk away from that. It might be that you give them the support, and then if it starts to drain you, just separate yourself a bit. They know that you're there and you're always going to be there for them, and that's okay. But again, continue to surround yourself with loving, kind, supportive people. We all need to be there for all of our friends. We need to be there for our friends no matter what, through thick and thin. But if you're finding that there's specific people in your life that are constantly bringing you down, that are constantly negative, that don't inspire you in the slightest, ask yourself, is it worth having these people in your life? People will come and go all the times, and the ones that are meant to stay will stay. And I absolutely have to say that, I love being surrounded by inspirational people, supportive, loving, kind, passionate, full of life, full of drive, determination, focus. I love that. And that's what I now have in my life, and it's brilliant. So yeah, that's the third point. The fourth point is have some fun. Find something that you love to do. Give yourself permission to do something that you truly love. Maybe it's an old hobby, or maybe it's a new hobby, something that you've always wanted to try but you've never had the time, or again, you've not put yourself first to show self-love. Give it a go. There is something fundamentally amazing about people that have hobbies. For me, it's and in general, it's attractive when you see that people like to do things. People are part of clubs, or people they have a passion about something in their life, whether it's photography or running, or whether they're a member of a running club, or whether it's wall climbing or surfing, or whether it's hiking, walking, or whether it's a book club, whether it's reading. Find something that makes you feel really passionate about. Whatever that is. If it's an old hobby, go back to it. You may or may not like it anymore, then find a new hobby, but give yourself that back, because I tell you, that will give you your joy, it will give you your fulfillment, it will give you that sparkle back in your eyes that you truly deserve, that sparkle that's been hidden, and that will attract more passionate, inspirational people in your life. People are attracted by passion, and it is an absolute fact. So not only are you going to be showing up with more joy and fulfillment in yourself, you're going to be inspiring others to do the same, because you're going to be attracting that in your life. So yeah, find something that you love doing, absolutely love doing. And my last one, which is another one of my favorites, because I love taking care of myself, is self-care. So for the women or men out there, women and men out there, so it could be, you know, get your nails done, go and get your hair cut if you haven't had it done for a while, get a massage, run that bubble bath, you know, turn your comms off, put some candles around the bath, you know, pour yourself a glass of champagne or a glass of wine and go and sit in the bath, take your favorite book and just, you know, relax. Self-care. Go for that walk. If you've been stuck at your laptop all day, get out in the fresh air. Yeah, have your mates over for dinner, or go out for a drink, you know, go and watch that football game with your friends. You know, whatever it is for you, find it, cook that nutritional food, nutritious food, even can't speak, nutritious food. Maybe do that with your loved one. Whatever it is, give yourself self-care. It is so important. That was something that I really am big on, looking after yourself. You know, I'll get my hair done, I'll get my nails done, you know, I will have massages when I need them. What else do I do for myself? I eat beautiful foods. I love cooking, being around my family, being around my wonderful, positive, inspirational friends. Reading, I'm a great reader when it comes to, I'm passionate about the mindset. So give me a book about the subconscious mind and I can't get my head out of it. So again, for me, that's self-care, that's self-love. Running with my Burfield running group, you know, whatever it is, it's self-care. It's surrounding yourself and treating your body, like I said, whatever that could be. So yeah, so they're my 5 tips. So just to go over them again, so we have stop comparing yourself, specifically your body, to others, and learn to love your body. Number 2 is hang around with positive, inspirational people. It's so important for your growth and your development. Number 3 is just positive self-talk. So the language that you use about yourself is extremely important. So if you're saying that I can't, change it to I can. Write that positive affirmation list and say it to yourself every day until it becomes natural. What were the other things? Have fun. Find something that you enjoy doing. Find an old hobby or a new hobby, whatever that is, but have fun, because that will create and attract passionate, kind, loving people in your life. And number 5, self-care. Treat yourself to something. Bubble bath, getting your nails done, doing your own nails, you know, meeting up with the lads for a pint, you know, watching the footy, you know, getting the girls over, having a pamper night, whatever it is, treat yourself, because you're worth it. So yeah, that is my video today on self-love and how it helped me transform my life to attract kind, loving, supportive, wonderful people, and to create abundance in my life through passion, through work, through how I look after my body, through, you know, loving relationships, friends. It's incredible, and money as well. You know, things just start to transform the more you do it. And like I said, that did take me a while. It doesn't have to take everybody a while, but those points, I really hope that they help. Like always, my videos are to give you value, and I really hope that some or all of you find a lot of value in this, especially those of you that have shied away from looking after yourself and loving yourself, and are determined to do this. And just before I go, just one other point, you know, there will be people that if you haven't shown self-love and you're starting to show up that way now, there will be people in your life that won't like it. There will be people in your life that will show up that will be jealous of the fact that you're now putting your needs first, that you're learning to love yourself more. Jealousy is a very unattractive emotion to have, but it's something that people do have because they're choosing not to look after themselves. So what I'm just going to say to you, a piece of advice is, don't let other people's jealousy or negativity stop you from learning to love yourself and to give yourself that self-love that is, like I said at the beginning, it's a basic human necessity. And once you find that, your life will change. It will literally change, and it will transform to the life that you've truly loved and desired, full of love and kindness. So yeah, if you are in need of coaching, then as always, I'm available for one-to-one coaching, and I do offer free consultations. And if you do something with regards to self-love and you'd like to share that, something that I may have not mentioned that could help other people, then please feel free to comment below. It would be great to hear from you. So I really hope you have a fabulous rest of your day or evening, wherever you're watching this from. And I will speak to you soon. Take care.